What's going on, guys? If you're like me and you guys love these Total Gyms or Slotty Men's trainers, you probably considered or looked at the Cadillac premium commercial grade models, either the Total Gym Encompass or the GTS. They're essentially the same thing. I'll get into that a little bit. But I've also heard from a lot of people, this is like their first Total Gym, or they're considering this being their first Total Gym and just spending a lot of money full bore so they don't have to therefore upgrade later down the line. And they kind of asked me, well, really they've asked me a couple of questions. This being a Total Gym centric channel, I think the first of its kind, people have asked me, why have I not gone ahead and purchased an ELEVATE or a GTS? Because, obviously I'm dedicated to it. This is what I would do for resistance training, give you guys a lot of resources, and I love this type of training. Why have I not personally picked one up? And then a related point, do I think this Encompass or GTS equipment is worth the very heavy price tag? So that's what I'll get into in this video. I'm going to be as honest and open as I can about this. With that being said, though, if you guys do consider picking one up, I will link it down below in the description box. Greatly supports me and the channel if you guys do so, now or later down the line. But as always, I'll link other Slotty Men's trainers down there as well. So getting into the first question, why do I not personally have one? There's a few reasons for this, and I think the first point is probably a little obvious. It's because they're very expensive. The GTS is around $4,000, and the Encompass or ELEVATE is another $300. Basically, for just a different paint job. It's a black paint job, looks pretty cool. I kind of like the GTS, yellow and basic colors too, though. And then you're paying for another like stainless steel, like inside the glide rail. There's some like stainless steel lining there, but you're paying extra $300 essentially on just different colors, basically. And they also got to consider there's another $400 for just to ship both these products. So I think because some sort of mandatory white glove service to mail this stuff and then have a moving company or shipping company kind of set it up for you. So out of the door, you're looking at a GTS being like $4,500 and an Encompass ELEVATE being close to $5,000. So I don't know about you guys. I'm the common man here, making videos for the common man here, and just showing you guys you don't need a lot of expensive equipment to get results, and that's kind of the point. I don't think I really lose out anything. I gain a lot of cool features with like luxury items and being to customize the things, like jumping the glide board up to horizontal position on these machines. You can customize the different places the pulleys go on the handles up there on top, and that's definitely really cool. But aside from that, you can really do everything that needs to be done with these less expensive, smaller frame models. So to spend that much money on something doesn't really give me anything other than extra features and more premium experience. I feel with that kind of money, I could buy a small vehicle like an ATV or a wave runner if I really wanted to. It's basically a luxury kind of an item or upgrade. And now with that being said, now Total Gym wanted to gift me one, Papa Chuck wanted to give me one. I'd be happy to accept it, and I would cherish it always. I know a lot of you guys who do have one definitely love it, so there's something to be said for that. But as I was saying, aside from that stuff, you guys can do all the essential exercises, reap all the benefits of these Slotty Men's trainers with much less expensive models. And aside from that point, there actually are some potential downsides to having these bigger, beefier tank of a machine here, which I kind of jump into the gun here. The first thing is being that it is so big and gigantic. You can't do what I'm doing in my garage gym. I can't move around my Slotty Men's trainers like I do to pull my car in. That's what I love about my new garage gym setup that I got, is that I can kind of move stuff around. I also like to travel with my Total Gyms and bring them outside. That's really easy, at least for me, to kind of pick them up, move them around. Now, certainly if you had this money to drop on one of these machines, you probably have enough money to buy a second machine. So that probably goes without saying. But the point is, these things are definitely beasts of a machine. They're definitely commercial grade machines, and that's what I've heard from people that actually have them. The second thing is it's definitely gonna have a premium, more smooth of an experience. So this might sound stupid and nitpicky, and all these things might sound minuscule compared to all the benefits you get, but I kind of like it a more aggressive ride. And I say all these different Slotty Men's trainers have different kind of rides to them, especially on the rollers that you get. But I like the way a more aggressive ride kind of replicates more what a free weight kind of feels like. I've been on some machines, even the Great Flex, love the Great Flex, but it has definitely a really more of a smoother ride, and I like the more aggressive ride. Even the old cheap Weider Ultimate Bodyworks that I had a very aggressive ride and actually felt really good. So if it's really smooth, I kind of like the aggressiveness. I hate to buy something that's a lot of money and feel like I still want to jump back on the less expensive models to get more of that aggressive ride, if that makes sense. I also trash the heck out of my Total Gyms, where I put them through the ringer. I haven't broken one yet, but I throw resistance bands on, I throw weight vests on them, I throw external weight plates. I do a lot of things and beating it up. So I probably would baby the heck out of this thing. I throw stuff over the tower, And so I know that for me, not that you can't do those things. And there is a warranty, you know, there's like 5-year warranty on parts, 1-year warranty on the, I think it's 5-year warranty on the frame, 1-year warranty on the parts or something like that. The point is I hate to break one of these things. I wouldn't want to break something that's that expensive, but I'd be less likely to try some of the things you guys see on this channel on that more expensive piece of equipment. And I even had someone who asked me a while back, I think this person started their own channel and bought one of these really expensive machines, said, why don't I show this for the viewers? And I said, you know, most people aren't going to buy this machine. It's just way too expensive for most people. And the point of this channel is to show on these really cheap sliding bench trainers how much great results you guys can get with a minimal investment compared to other stuff. So that's also one of the benefits of what I like about this type of training. So I don't want to buy a really expensive machine and can't demonstrate and transfer it over to you guys who are watching these videos to reap the benefits of that. And that kind of leads into my second point. Overall, it's like, would I recommend this machine for most people? I'd first say no initially, and that's because unless you're using it consistently, you've tried it for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, yes, you got the extra money to burn, then I would say go ahead and do that. But only get it if you're doing it consistently. I see too many people, regardless if it's a cheap machine or a really expensive machine, and they end up falling off the wagon because either they get tired of it, but primarily it's because they don't see the results from it and they're not using it effectively. And that's kind of the theme of this channel, is that on this equipment, you can reap all sorts of benefits and do all sorts of great things, but you gotta do it consistently, and you gotta do it with enough progression and enough resistance and enough good technique to kind of see those results. And so if you get a really expensive machine, it's $5,000, and you're not doing and taking advantage of it, you're not going to see results, so that's not going to make much of a difference. So don't think that you have to buy this really super expensive machine, or that I know if I buy this really super expensive machine, my results are not going to change too much. My results really depend on my work and my consistency, and also just, again, how much effort and progression I'm doing this equipment. So, but with that being said, of course, this machine is awesome. So if you did end up picking one up, it's definitely not a loss in my opinion. Just make sure you're using it and you don't waste that money by not taking advantage of all the great things you can do with it. But that's what I'm here for, as a resource to you guys. So any questions, comments, feedback, let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.